Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's coverage of the Late Model Stock Tour, presented by Full Throttle Television. My name is Brody Hanna. I'll be bringing you some exciting racing action here from Lanier National Speedway here in Brazelton, Georgia. Looking forward to some great short track racing action tonight. And we're going to get ready here really soon. Guys are going to be going to qualifying. We're going to get some heats going on at the LCQ, and we'll hop right into the main event. Well, 2 weeks ago, we visited the Stafford Motor Speedway, and we got word tonight that they actually have paid the light bill here at Lanier. So if we do get some darkness, we will be able to finish the event. So no worries there, but looking forward to some racing action here. This fast, tight track, a little bit different than last week. We're going to have a good bit of banking here. Compared to last week anyway, and a little short track here in Brazelton, Georgia. Just finishing up, looks like it is in qualifying now, so these guys going to be taking the qualifying lap. See Tony Solari out on track doing his laps. Coming to the green, I believe. Through 3 and 4, he'll be setting his first lap here. Let's see if we can find. There you go. There's the times down on the bottom of the screen. Currently, Richie Coy sitting on top of the board here. And Colby Meese currently sitting in second. There you see the difference between Meese and Coy. About 2/10 between the two of them on the fast lap. Tony Solari sitting third, Michael Blackner fourth, and Dale Miller fifth. Missing a few guys tonight. No Nicholas Moreau, who was really strong last night, or I guess 2 weeks ago at Stafford, but was unable to make the trip out here to Lanier. Although Fred is here, Fred Moreau, his brother, is here tonight, and has yet to set a time, but it's going to undoubtedly be fast. Remember, qualifying sets the order of the heats. Only 8 people here tonight, so we're going to have 4 per heat. And let's look at while they finish up, we'll look at the event format right quick. Qualifying 2 laps is what we're doing right now. Sets the heat lineup. Remember, you got 10 lap heats, no cautions, and of course, all 4 will advance to a main. In that event, if we only have 8, I don't believe we'll have an LCQ, so we'll move straight to the main event, which actually is 125 laps tonight, not 75. As usual, this is one of the longer races. And remember, they do have 1 set of tires available during the event, so they will be able to take advantage of those tires if they get a caution or green, really. But especially if there's a caution flag, you'll see some guys maybe try to use those tires. Finishing up qualifying here. So as it looks right now, as they finish up, it looks like Richie Coy is going to be starting on pole for heat number 1. Colby Meese will be starting on pole for heat number 2. Let's look at the racetrack info while they get set up. You see it's a smaller, uh, shorter track than we had last week, but a little bit faster because of the banking. You see the weather there. We may see the lights come on here later tonight, depending how long the sessions take. Fun little track. I enjoy this track a good bit, and I think you're going to see a lot of people maybe clipping that apron, trying to get the car to turn a little bit. And there we go. We just switched over. We're going to start the heats out. All right, we're going to see the. Looks like everybody's going to be in one heat. So let's take a look at the starting grid for the heat. Richie Coy is going to start on pole. Chloe Meese in second. Tony Solari will be third. Michael Blackner in the 22 will be fourth. The 14 of Ryan Chapman will start fifth. Sixth will be Dale Miller. Seventh will be Curtis Miller. And Fred Moreau, he'll start eighth, but I'm not sure if he's still in the server or not. Waiting for everybody to grid up so we can take off here at Lanier National Speedway. Of course, this track is no longer hosting events such as this. It is still a motorplex, drifting events happening there, but I don't believe any of the actual oval racing series are competing here anymore, sadly. The track does still stand, but it's being used for other events. All right, let's check out some cameras. We do have some onboard cameras for you to enjoy when we get through this. Again, just a short 10-lap heat here to get these guys warmed up. Here's the onboard camera. We'll have for every car. Richie Coy, got Ryan Chapman back here. We also have the rear-facing camera to look back at the cars behind them. So looking forward to some of the action shots we're going to get here as well. Remember, in the heats we have no cautions, so these guys will not have a caution to take into account. All right, pace car will be off this time. We'll go racing here at Lanier. Green flag's out. We're underway. Richie Coy gets a good start. Kobe Meese still hanging outside of Tony Solari. That battle for second place. Third place, fourth place and fifth are also side by side. You got Ryan Chapman and Michael Blackner fighting it out. Looks like Meese has got a great run on the outside there. Tight quarters, close quarters racing with Tony Solari and Colby Meese there. For battling for second, still side by side. Meanwhile, the battle for third and fourth has kind of slowed down. The 14 of Chapman looking for somewhere to go here. Finally getting lined up through the top four. Battle for fifth as Dale Miller fights Michael Blackner for fifth place. Meanwhile, Tony Solari hot on the tails. On the back corner of the 19 of Richie Coy. almost 3 wide back there for 5th. It's like Chapman was able to, and actually he's in the 21. It's going to be able to get by Colby. Colby looking back on the inside. These are teammates. They did have words after the race at Stafford. Chapman felt like he got run over a little bit while there was a wreck happening with Colby, and they were able to sort that out. But some frustrations there building between the two. But Chapman's able to take the position and kind of pull away, put some gap, and honestly, Richie's pulled a little bit of a gap on Tony now. He's not under pressure. 2 laps to go here. Everybody's kind of sorted themselves out. You see Michael Blackner getting way wide back there, trying to make something happen. But looks like Richie Coy's coming through 3 and 4. He's going to take the heat race, heat number 1 here, and win. Tony Solari finishing 2nd. Ryan Chapman 3rd. Colby Meese hanging on to 4th, barely over Dale Miller. And they'll transfer, and I think we will have 1 LCQ here. 15 laps for the LCQ, and it'll be the 4 that did not transfer. Dale Miller, Michael Blackner, Curtis Miller, and I don't believe Fred Rose with us anymore. Let's see if we can pull up our heat winner and talk to Richie Coy. Richie, do you got a copy?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Sorry, did we catch you in the middle of something?
Nope, we're good. How's it going?
We just want to chat, see how the heat went there.
Well, it went pretty well. I think we so far we've done everything we wanted to do, which was set on a pole, won the heat race. Tony looked very strong there, so I'm gonna have to watch out for him in the future. But so far, so good.
Yeah, as we were watching Tony, he was kind of nipping at your heels there early on in the race. I thought he might have a little something for you there, but kind of you put a little bit of gap between you and him, and I'm sure he probably just kind of settled in there and took 2nd. But he did look quite fast, and we'll see what the tire wear does too. That's another thing. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned about the tire wear here more than anywhere else that we've been so far because the corners are so banked and quite honestly, you're pretty fast here in the corner. So I think the right fronts are going to wear quite a bit here. I don't know if we're going to have to stop for that extra tire or not. We'll see. Well, I'm going to play it. I'm putting enough fuel in to make it all the way. My plan is to try to make it all the way, but we'll see how the cautions lie and how we are towards the middle of the race.
Yeah, we just got the green flag for the LCQ. There's 3 drivers here: Michael Blackner, Dale Miller, and Curtis Miller. And it looks like Dale's kind of pulled out Curtis the 2nd. These guys getting a little bit of extra practice, kind of filling their cars out. Do you think that'll kind of help them to start? And honestly, what does this do? How does this set up the main event?
So these were originally made to do a last chance qualifier to make it towards the back of the field, but because of the lower of the car counts, what ends up happening is that this is actually more like a dash for the pole dash. So we're going to invert the field, the whole field tonight. I'm going to start dead last, and the winner of the 3rd place of this will start on a pole.
Yeah, which is currently Michael Blackner. I wonder if he's playing Coy. We see Curtis Miller get out of shape.
I saw you said Coy. I thought you were doing. I was about to say. I see what you did there.
Yeah. I was saying maybe he's playing a little Coy here. Going to start on the pole, try to run away from you.
Well, actually, I'd love to see it. We got a couple guys in here tonight that are fast. Colby's fast. Tony's fast. So we'll see how it goes. I'd like to see Ryan Chapman have a good race tonight, and of course Michael Blackner and everybody else have a good race tonight. So hopefully, I know it's not intuitive, but hopefully somebody can beat me tonight. I'd love to see somebody new in victory lane.
Well, Dale Miller, he was looking pretty sporty there towards the end of the first heat. He's got some speed tonight. He come from, I think he started in the rear and passed a couple guys, and he was nipping at the heels of 4th place. I think it was it Colby in 4th. He looks pretty sporty here. He's kind of pulled away from Curtis and Michael. So I wouldn't count them out. They didn't have a great qualifying run. But tell me a little bit about passing here? How hard it is to pass here, and how tough it's going to be to try to come through the field?
So this car by itself, it's very tough to pass because you don't have a lot of horsepower with this car. So it's one of those types of car where you have to kind of set somebody up, where you have to get off middle off faster than they are to try to get that nose under them going into the corner to leave you room. So it's going to be pretty hard to come from the rear. Um, it's you have to kind of take your time too. So you got to work on somebody. Try to maybe make a mistake in front of you. So that's always in play as well. So it is actually very hard to pass with these cars. So I do have my work cut out for me tonight.
We just saw Curtis. I love this shot down the backstretch coming off two. You can see the car coming down the backstretch, how they get loose and out of shape. We saw Curtis Miller. He's got slinging that thing off the corner. It was fun. But yeah, it should be a lot of fun. Should be a good race. We got 2 laps to go here. Dale Miller's kind of walked away from these two guys, and again looking really strong. There he goes, the white flag.
Yeah, I mean, he slowed down a little bit here towards the end, I think just because he had such a big lead, but middle of that race, he was running some really good lap times. So I think he's going to be tough tonight. We might have somebody who's going to be up front all night long here.
There you go, Dale Miller, winner of the LCQ. So yeah, we'll let you get back at it, but looking forward to it. Good luck tonight, and we'll probably talk to you after this one.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, we'll see you. All right, that was the thoughts of Richie Coy as we were watching the last chance qualifier here, getting ready for the main event. We do have a 10-minute intermission for practice and stuff for these guys, so we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back shortly to bring you the main event once we get started here on Full Throttle TV. right, we're back here at Lanier National Speedway for the late model stock tour here in Brazelton, Georgia. Doing a little warm up before the main event. Trying to get these guys settled in and ready to go here at Lanier for 125 laps of racing action. Semi under the lights. The sky's starting to get a little dark. These guys are getting ready to go. Let's see if we can talk to our second place finisher in the heat. Tony Solari. Let's see if we can bring him up. Tony Solari, you got a copy?
Hey, what's up? Yes, I do.
What's going on? So we saw you in the just want to get a quick word with you. We saw you in the heat there, kind of nipping at Richie's toes and kind of backed off. Like you got some speed in that thing tonight.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. It's, I mean, him and I we're running the same set, and yeah, it's just, yeah, it felt a little sporty. You know, I don't know. We'll have to see. It was starting to get a little tight and a little loose at the same time. You know, even just after that little 10-lap round, I was pushing it hard just to stay with him, just to see what it had, and yeah, we'll see what happens. You know, he might make a mistake, and I might be able to capitalize. We're going to be starting. Both of us going to be starting towards the rear, so it's going to be fun just trying to work up through the field.
Absolutely, and you're sitting P1 in practice right now too. So that bodes well for a good competitive race here.
Yeah, threw the race set in, just came out here, did a couple laps, and yeah, I guess you kind of pulled me up here earlier, and I actually had to go to the bathroom, so I wanted to at least finish in the top four, so I didn't have to get into that second race.
Well, it's a good thing we didn't try to pull you up. I'm glad we gave you a little bit of a break there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck, Tony, tonight. We'll see what you can do. Go out there and give Richie hell.
Yeah, sounds good. Thanks, man.
All right. Let's see if we can talk to Ryan Chapman. I know we got some people watching. Probably want to hear from him. Ryan, you got a copy?
Yep.
Did we catch you in the middle of something?
No. I'm all good. Sorry, I was taking care of something quickly.
No, that's fine. Hey, we just want to get a quick word with you before we start this race. How's things going? You finished what, third in the heat? Kind of moved up through there, got by Colby, and looked pretty sporty out there.
Yeah, the car felt good. I'm excited for this. I love short track racing, especially in these new late models. They're awesome and so much fun. But yeah, the car felt good. Felt good up top, felt good on the bottom. So just really trying to see what this long run does in this 125 lap race and see what we can do.
Well, you looked good out there. You were able to make some passes, which is one thing we were kind of concerned about. Able to kind of move up through there and get yourself in the third, give you a little bit of a break before the race as well. So I know we've got a few people probably watching that you may want to give a shout out to. So I want to grab you before we got the race going.
Yeah, my dad's out there watching. He's been supporting FTSR since I joined FTSR, and glad he's watching. Hopefully we can put on a show for him.
Well, we're happy to have you, happy to have him, and go out there and put a show on for us.
Thank you, man. All right.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, we're getting down to it. I think we've got about 13 seconds till we get the starting grid going here. So looking forward to getting some racing action going, giving you guys something to watch, something to cheer on, something to enjoy instead of hearing me ramble on about things. And it is that time to go racing here at Lanier National Speedway. So let's take a look at your starting lineup tonight. For Lanier, Fred Moreau, who's not here in the server, would have been the pole sitter, being the last finisher. So It's going to move Kurt Miller up to the pole position place. Michael Blackner outside of him in second. You have Colby Meese and Dale Miller on row 2. Colby driving the number 2, Dale Miller in the 31. Starting behind them in row 3 is going to be Tony Solari and Ryan Chapman, and Richie Coy will fill out the remainder of the field here at Lanier. Getting ready to go racing finally here at Lanier National Speedway. One more lap and we'll see the green flag. Actually, they did flip. Looks like Michael Blackner will take the inside. So Michael Blackner on the pole, Dale Miller on the outside. Get on your feet, get ready. We're going racing here at Lanier National Speedway through 4. Green flag's out and we are underway. Good even start with Dale Miller, Michael Blackner, row 1. Now Blackner pulls ahead, Dale Miller second, Curtis Miller on the inside of Ryan Chapman. Through 3 and 4, completing 1 lap, and that battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th is still hot. Inside's going to be Curtis Miller and Ryan Chapman. Curtis Miller's going to take the position. Ryan Chapman falling into 4th, and Colby Meese in 5th. Meanwhile, back there, still Richie Coy in last, Tony Solari in next to last. No spots gained here so far, but again, we've got a long way to go, 125 laps. Just coming around to complete lap 3, and Michael Blackner is starting to pull away a little bit. The battle's going to be on for 3rd. Looks like Ryan Chapman's starting to look to the inside of Curtis Miller, and he's got the position. Can he make the pass? And I believe he will, coming off turn 2, through 1 and 2, and he does clear Curtis Miller, now who is under attack by Colby Meese and Tony Solari, trying to fill that spot as well. Colby Meese really loose off turn 4. A little bit of a contact, but they keep going. Now Tony's going to look on the inside, and it's 2 by 2 for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Meanwhile, up front, everything is about the same. Tony Solari running 4th, trying to run down Ryan Chapman, who's in 3rd, a good ways ahead. Richie Coy still trying to fight his way through traffic. Colby Meese on the outside. And now Curtis Miller's going to try to take advantage of that as well. It's close. Oh, and there's contact between Colby Meese and Richie Coy. Richie goes around, and that'll be your first caution of the night. We'll go back and look at that from Colby Meese's point of view. See just a little bit of contact to the right rear of really weird, to the right rear of Richie Coy's car. We'll see here, we're on board with Colby Meese through 3 and 4. Just that little touch right there, and I think it turns Richie Coy around and brings us the first caution of the night. Now, interestingly enough, there is one set of tires here that Richie could have used but chose not to after spinning there. It's going to be interesting to see how that affects his car if he has handling issues now that he's went around. But everybody takes a breath, able to kind of roll around here. I'm sure Blackner did not want to see that caution. He had quite a gap on 2nd place, and now it brings Dale Miller back up to his back bumper. And Ryan Chapman in 3rd closes in as well. And now Tony Solari all the way up to 4th as they line up here. They're going to get the restart. Ten laps down, 115 to go. We'll see what kind of jump Michael Blackner can get on this restart. Pace car pulls off. We're going back underway here at Lanier. Green flag is out, and here we go. And a great start by Dale Miller on the outside. Side by side for the lead. close. Dale Miller washes up the track a little bit. That opens the door for Ryan Chapman, who goes to second, and he's hunting down the lead. Meanwhile, Colby Meese fighting hard, trying to get back up through the field. Ooh, contact. Tony Solari touches the outside wall off turn 4. That opens the door for Richie Coy to get by. Richie's on a mission now. You got Colby Meese, Dale Miller in front of him. Tony Solari going to the rear. I wonder if something's wrong with this car. Now Richie looking underneath Colby Meese. These are the two that got together to bring out the first caution. Colby gives him plenty of room. I would too. And he's going to slide in. Now he's going to look back under the 19 on the apron. Unable to complete that pass, so Richie will pull back ahead and take the position. Meanwhile, Tony Solari is still riding at the rear. Curtis Miller in front of him. Right now, Michael Blackner has a pretty sizable lead over Ryan Chapman now, who runs second. Dale Miller third. Richie Coy up to fourth. Colby sitting in fifth. The battle for sixth is Curtis Miller. Tony trying to make something happen, trying to work his way back up through the field. These cars now starting to slide around a little bit. On board with Tony Solari. I'm sorry, on board with Curtis Miller. Now we're on board with Tony Solari. Looking at Curtis Miller, who's catching Colby Meese's three-way battle for fifth place. Curtis gets a good run off the corner. Looks to the inside. Oh, contact. And they keep it going. Good racing action here. Almost contact again. These guys are racing hard for that position. Tony sitting here just waiting, watching, trying to figure out where to go here. Unless Colby Meese go try to dive back under him. Tony decides to go to the high side. Looking from the back of Curtis Miller here at this battle. Tony trying to get that outside to work, and it looks like Curtis Miller hit the wall a little bit. These guys fighting hard back here. Meanwhile, Richie Coy sitting in third, able to get by Dale Miller. Ryan Chapman in second. Distance about stabilized between him and Michael Blackner. We'll see if Richie Coy can reel these guys in. Michael trying to check out. Doing a good job. Looking off the back of Michael Blackner's machine back to Ryan Chapman and Richie Coy. You can see the differences there in the time, the battle box. You can see how far back Chapman is, Coy is, Miller. Blackner's starting to get in a groove here, starting to pull away from these guys a little bit. Right on board with Chapman. You see the time difference between Chapman and Blackner. You see Blackner keeps pulling it out farther, farther, farther. He's a little faster each lap. Oh, and we got contact. No caution. Go back and look at that. See what happened here. Got Ryan Chapman going to the corner. See what happens. Oh, he just loses it. He just loses it right there going into the corner. So easy to do here. And he wasn't able to move. Let's go on board with the 21. Look out the rear. Just goes in the corner, just steps out, and he wasn't able to get it collected and spins out. Richie gets a little contact on the way by. You see, he was just not able to. He didn't have time to get it turned around. So the question is, will anybody take this time to take tires? So Colby's on pit road. He's going to take tires. Colby Meese in the 2. And it looks like Ryan Chapman's back on the lead lap, so it's a break for him. Meanwhile, Michael Blackner is still the leader. Now he's got Richie Coy on his outside. Again, he did not want to see that caution, I'm sure. 2, 3, and 4. The pace car is going to pull off. We're going to go back green flag racing here at Lanier. Green flag out, and we are underway. I believe Colby Meese came out the wrong entrance. Or the wrong exit. The battle's going to be for the lead here. Can now Dale Miller, who's able to take second from Richie Coy on that restart, start on the inside, able to sneak in there and take away second. So Dale Miller is chasing down the 22 of Blackner. See Colby Meese on pit road again. Unfortunately, got a black flag for exiting the entrance of pit road. Battle back here for 4th, 5th, and 6th. You see Curtis Miller and Ryan Chapman battling. Chapman gets that position, so move him up to 5th place. Trying to battle back. Get back in contention. Battle starting heating up for 2nd place, too. Looks like Richie Coy wants this position back. And he gets it. Through 3 and 4, move Richie Coy up to 2nd. Dale Miller back to 3rd. Tony Solari's rebounded up to 4th place. As the lights start reflecting off the cars, we start getting into darkness here. It's going to change the way the cars handle. And going to change the way the drivers have to drive this track. Now, I don't know if it's going to make it looser or tighter, but it is going to make a difference. You see Dale Miller starting to fall back. That's Ryan Chapman trying to get that position. So move Ryan Chapman up to 4th place now. Michael Blackner continues to lead, though. Has led from the start. See the cars starting to get a little loose on entry, it looks like. Looking back at Richie Coy. Richie Coy extremely loose off the corner. Working hard trying to catch Michael Blackner. Let's see if we can pull up the time difference between these two. Looks like it's bouncing out and back. Gain a little, lose a little. Michael Blackner doing a good job trying to put these laps together. Even that lap. Nope, a little slower. Richie Coy starting to slowly reel him in. But these cars are getting harder and harder to drive. You see these guys starting to slide around. You hear the tires squealing. Oh, looks like Ryan Chapman made a pass on Tony Solari, so put Ryan Chapman up into third. Ryan Chapman's starting to make some noise. We'll see if Ryan can make any inroads on Richie Coy here as Richie starts to reel in Blackner. I say that, but they've about equalized here. Tony Solari thinking about getting back around. I tell you, Chapman was a little upset last weekend. Thought he had a good car for Stafford. His home track, Stafford Motor Speedway, was unable to show exactly really what he had. So trying to make up for it tonight. You hear him after lifting. You saw Tony Solari in the distance get all kind of out of shape off the corner. These guys are working for it tonight. Tony Solari has a handful. Meanwhile, Richie hasn't been able to do much with Michael now. You see, Michael's actually been able to pull away a little bit. The last couple of last 4 laps, he's gained a little bit. Wonder if those old tires for Richie are starting to show. You see him get a little loose there. See if we can see what he's doing here on the inside here, Richie Coy. You see how much he's having to counter steer into the corner. See him working the wheel there. A little loose. Really loose right there. You hear the tire squealing. He doesn't like it. Meanwhile, Michael Blackner looks like he's pretty good in. A little loose off. As these guys really similar. Blackner trying to make a statement tonight. He's got the lap car of Curtis Miller in front of him. Curtis moves over. Good gesture by him. I put a lap car between him and Richie Coy. Everybody's kind of settled out here. Michael continues to lead here in the 22. Richie Coy running second. Ryan Chapman running third. Dale Miller in fourth, with Tony Solari close behind in fifth. Curtis Miller just went a lap down. Colby Meese a couple laps down after Louis Hugh in pit road. And that's your 7 runners currently. We're on lap 70 of 125, just past halfway here. And we have a caution. Caution is out. Don't see anybody around or anything. Not sure what the caution. Oh, maybe for Curtis Miller. He looks slow and looks like he's coming to the pits. See if we can see what happened here. Loose, and just slide sideways there on the front stretch. Now, interesting to see what these guys end up doing here. They're going to come take tires, and they are. Everybody's on pit road to get those tires. Everybody on pit road. Except for Colby Meese, who's going to try to get some laps back here. We'll see this race off pit road. It's important to maintain track position. Looks like Michael Bleitner does get out first. There's a race for second. So it looks like Richie Coy and Ryan Chapman will come out to second and third. Looks like Kobe's going to take the wave around, trying to get a lap back. All right, we're 2 by 2 here. Pace cars off. We're going back green here at Lanier. Green flag's out, and we are underway once again. Just past halfway, Michael Bleitner leads. Richie Coy in second. Third is Ryan Chapman. Fourth is Tony Solari. Ryan looking inside, trying to get to the inside of Richie Coy. He's there. 2 tires below that yellow line, and that's what I was talking about. They're going to kind of use that apron trying to get the car to turn. Now side by side, Richie Coy gets loose. Chapman and Coy battling for second. Meanwhile, Michael Bleitner loves what he's seeing in his mirror, continues to pull away. One and two. Looks like, oh, he was going to clear him, but now he's loose. Ryan Chapman loose, and that's going to put Coy back beside him. He's going to try to clear himself. Not quite clear here with Coy. Still side by side for the second place. And now Chapman clears him and takes the position. Now let's see if Chapman can do anything with Michael Bleitner. He's been fast all night, been making passes up to P2. Can he reel in the leader? Solari running fourth right now. Dale Miller in fifth. Oh, we have contact with Dale Miller and the two. No caution so far. Dale Miller and Colby Meese make contact, but the green stays out. We stay green. Let's go back and look and see what happened here. I'm not so sure. Let's ride on board, hopefully, and get a better shot and see if there actually was contact, or if Colby just came around here. Yeah, there was contact. See Colby around, but those guys go up and they keep going though, no caution. Colby makes a pit stop, and actually no, he stops. Let's go and see what Colby did here. I think he was going to go in and miss the pit exit and decided just to tow. Meanwhile, Blackner continues to lead, coming up on the lap car of Dale Miller after that contact. Sent Dale back quite a bit. And Blackner's put out in, he's got a 1.6 seconds on second place, Ryan Chapman currently. And Chapman's pulled out a little bit of a gap on Richie Coy and Tony Solari. And issues with Curtis Miller. He's off the track. And now we have a caution. Let's go back and see what happened. Just apron and spins. And nowhere to go. And there's your caution. Well, this is a big break for Ryan Chapman and Richie Coy. Those guys wanted to be able to catch up to Michael Blackner. Heartbreak for Blackner. Once again, had a 1.6 second lead before that caution. And it's going to bring everybody back together here with 35 laps to go. All right, we're getting a one to go signal. We're going to go back racing here at Lanier. Everybody's starting to stack up 2 by 2. Under the lights now. Lights are illuminating the circuit and the cars now. It's getting serious. Like we said, with 90 laps to go, with 35 laps to go. Green flag's out. We're back underway here at Lanier. Ryan Chapman trying to get that outside to work, trying to do something with Michael Blackner. And meanwhile, he's having to hold off Richie Coy in second. 2 by 2 for second place. Michael Blackner continues to pull out a little bit of a gap with these guys battling. Richie Coy able to get that position over Ryan Chapman. Can Ryan respond? Can Richie do anything with Michael Blackner? Those are the questions we're going to answer in the next 30 laps. Tight racing. You got Chapman right on the back door of Coy. You got Solari on the back door of Chapman. A 3-car train here trying to run down the leader, Michael Blackner, who's run away from these guys and put a pretty good gap on them. The question is, are they doing anything to catch him? And we're going to have the answer right here. Looks like Blackner's pulling out a gap every lap. Now the last lap, Richie did pull in a little bit. Can he get there? Close to that wall up forward. And that, again, that time, Richie Coy made up a little bit of a difference. The battle's for third now as Tony Solari's looking to the inside. Trying to get that position on Ryan Chapman. Solari able to do it, able to clear. Now move Tony Solari into third place. Now Ryan Chapman's going to look back to the inside. Tony gets a little loose. Chapman to the inside, trying to make the pass. Side by side into 3. All 4. Well, it's a good battle here for third place. These guys want those bragging rights. This has allowed Richie Coy to pull away from these guys as well, so he's going to have a little bit of a gap. Just to focus on bringing Blackner in, but these guys are not done. Chapman finally gets the pass done and takes over third place. We'll see if Tony can respond. While this is happening, Michael Blackner's pulled out a sizable gap on Richie Coy. 24 laps to go here at Lanier. Can Michael hang on? Will Richie be able to do anything? Will there be another caution? Is Chapman going to hang on to third? All these storylines and more coming to an end. Blackner has set sail. 1.7 seconds on Richie Coy. He continues to pull out the lead. Now, is Chapman got enough? Does Chapman have anything for Coy? That is the question. Now he's going to play. Coy's going to have to play a little defense here if he wants to hang on to second, because it looks like Chapman's a little bit faster. And Tony Solari's sitting right there in the wings, waiting for something to happen to take advantage. This is your battle for second, third, and fourth. Gap to the leader is continuing to widen. It's now 1.9 seconds up to Michael Blackner. Blackner is showing why he's one of the short track aces around here. He's doing a great job. Oh, here we go, the battle for second. Ryan Chapman on the inside of Richie Coy. I knew Ryan had a fast car. He's going to battle for second here to the inside. It looks like he's going to have position on him. Into 1. Richie Coy gets a little sideways. That's going to allow Chapman to complete the pass. And now Tony Solari to the inside. Solari slides up. Little contact, I believe. But he takes the position. Moves Solari into third place. Now can Ryan Chapman, it's a 2.5 second gap. That's a huge gap with 15 laps to go here. He's going to need a caution if he's going to do anything with Michael Blackner, or a mistake from Blackner. Either one to make up that deficit. Tony Solari thinking he might have something for Chapman here as well. Some great close racing here at Lanier for the FTSR Late Model Tour. Things kind of calm down here. Ryan Chapman now it's a 2.7 second gap. Michael Blackner continuing to pull out a lead. I knew he was playing some tricks there in that LCQ, get that pole position. He was able to hang on to the lead here. He's only got 12 laps to go here to claim his first win in the FTSR Late Model Tour. Things kind of settled out here now. But Michael Blackner continues to put on a clinic. Still just 2.8 seconds now. Back to second place. 10 laps to go here at Lanier. The driver from Jefferson, Pennsylvania, trying to claim his first win in the FTSR Late Model Tour in just his fourth start in the series. Number 22, Sheets Machine. We've seen Sheets on Facebook, following our post, liking some of the stuff that's going on around this driver, and this sponsor's really supporting this driver. So happy to see him having some success here. 8 laps to go here at Lanier. Now 7 to go. Ryan Chapman running second, able to battle back to second after some issues early on. He spun early, went to the back, comes back up to second place. Great rebound for him. Tony Solari moving around, trying to see if he can make up time anywhere on the track. Running high, running low. Richie Corey falling back a good bit back off of the pack. Not the pace we've seen from Richie lately on these short tracks, but falling back to fourth and kind of riding around waiting for this thing to go. But 5 laps to go here for Michael Blackner. Again, known as a short track guy, known as a road course guy moreover than anything else. Trying to get his short track win here at Lanier. Coming around 3 to go. Gap now 2.8 seconds, kind of stabilized. I'm sure Michael's just riding around waiting for this thing to end. Does not want to see a caution here towards the end. 2 laps to go. The battle is for second, though. Tony Solari starting to put pressure on Ryan Chapman. White flag. Oh, something happened to Chapman there. He got loose. That's going to give the position to Tony Solari. Meanwhile, Michael Blackner will come through 3 and 4 and take the checkered flag, winning late model race number 1 for him. Round 6 of the season. Crown the champion. It's Michael Blackner. Tony Solari in second. Richie Corey comes home in third. Something happened to Ryan Chapman. Let's go back and look at this. Something happened to Ryan Chapman here. Was he out of gas? I think he was out of gas. But your winner tonight, Michael Blackner, takes home the victory. Doing a celebratory lap. Thanking the fans for coming out. What a night for Michael Blackner. I believe he led flag to flag. I think he led every lap here tonight and was clearly the class of the field when it came down to it. He's going to park it at the front stretch here. Try to give the fans a little bit of a show. Let's see what he's got in store. All right, he's going to pull it in victory lane. We'll talk to him and the other two, Tony Solari, who finished in second, and Richie Coy in third. Let's go and look at the race results if we can pull them up. So, I don't believe that is right. Those are our practice results. Let me see if I can get our feature results up here. Michael Blackner takes home the win for Shock and All Motorsports, his first win in the late model tour. Tony Solari finishes second. Strong finish for Solari in the 11. Great for points. Richie Coy comes back to third. Ryan Chapman, with the issues on the last couple laps, falls to fourth place. Really odd. We'll have to see if we can get a word with him and find out what happened there. was looking strong, and something happened there. Fifth place is going to be Dale Miller. Sixth place is going to be Curtis Miller. And finishing last tonight, Colby Meese with some issues on pit road, and unfortunate end for him. He ends up 51 laps down. But we're going to take a quick break. We will come back and talk to the top 3 finishers here at Lanier. All right, let's see if we can talk to the third place finisher. Let's see if we can drag him up here. Mr. Richie Coy. Richie, you got a copy?
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's going on? What a kind of a crazy race out there tonight. A few cautions early on, then there at the end, some really confusing things going on. Ended up in third place. How'd the race go?
Uh, it was really good in the beginning. After I got spun out by Mr. Colby Mice there, it was all right. I made it up to third. I was just kind of pacing myself, but I think I burnt off that right rear in that spin. So when that caution came out, we all pitted, and for whatever reason, I did it again. My car decided to fill the car with fuel, so I had 22 gallons of fuel.
Okay. We were wondering why your car looked like it fell off there, and
Oh,
I was expecting you to run down Michael there, but instead I think you went the other way.
yeah, we did. It just made the car completely evil. I tried to hang on for as much as I can, I could, but yeah, it was just evil. And then, right at the last lap, Ryan Chapman ran out of fuel.
I was wondering. I speculated that's what happened because he started sputtering. It looked like, and gave you the. That's unfortunate for him because he had a strong run going. He was up to second, and
Yeah, yeah, he had a great race going. I was really sad to see that happen. But yeah, he had a great race going.
what happened early on? You said with the two of me. So what happened there early on that caused that spin? Do you think?
Kobe being just a little excitable. He was stuck on the outside, and he came down, and I think he just misjudged a little bit. I don't think there's any malicious intent there. We have fun with Kobe, but yeah, I don't think there's anything malicious there.
Yeah, just like he barely caught the right rear from the replay. It just barely caught the right rear. It's kind of an odd spin to spin somebody hitting the right rear there, but just enough just to turn you right around.
Well, you got all that weight transferring as right as I was transferring all that weight, he hit the right rear, and it just upset the car, and the weight just transferred again right around. There was nothing I could do. And
Well,
then
again,
and then Ryan spun in front of me, and I tried to miss him, and I ended up finishing him off there, I guess.
yeah, it was exciting from your point of view too. You were around all of it or in all of it, depending, for sure. So exciting race. I guess the third place finish is a good solid points tonight. I guess
We'll take
we move on. Yeah, yeah. So congratulations. I'll let you throw out a thanks to any of the sponsors or people watching, fans, any of that.
Well, yeah, obviously, hopefully, Tony's mom and dad are watching tonight. I don't know if they got Tony sent out the stream, but always good for having them watch us and stuff. But great run by Michael, great run by Tony. Two teammates, 1-2. Actually, I guess we're 1-2-3 with Ryan having those fuel issues. But thank everybody for coming out and supporting the series, and hopefully we can pick up another couple drivers as we go on here and continue to make this grow. And yeah, thanks to FTSR. Thank you for broadcasting it. Hope I can't wait to watch it back.
Hey, it
At
was
least we had
fun.
at least we had lights this week.
Yeah. The lights worked, so that was good to see. No, it was entertaining. Absolutely. Being the one that kind of puts on this show and everything, it was entertaining, especially towards the end. Plenty of storylines to see if See if you could track down Michael, and then see if Ryan could track down Michael, and then the chaos at the end. Just a lot of good actually a lot of good side by side racing tonight too.
Yeah, the outside was tough. It was really, especially because we were all really, really quite close on times, and the outside was really tough. So yeah, I saw one crossover move. I think Ryan crossed over on
hmm
Tony at one point.
Yep, yep, a lot of that.
So,
So a lot of great racing. But anyway, congratulations on third place. We'll talk to these other two and see what they've got to say too.
all right, thanks, man.
All
Appreciate
right.
it.
Yep, we'll see. All right, that was Richie Coy finishing third place tonight in the number 19. And we'll grab our second place finisher here. Where's he at? Mr. Tony Solari. Tony, you got a copy?
Hey, yes I do, yes I do. Let me turn you down. I was making sure Richie didn't throw me under the bus or anything.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't think he did.
No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, great second place finish tonight. A lot of intense racing, and honestly, you probably passed more cars than anybody else. Seemed like you went towards the front to the back, front to the back, and finished in the second place. Great race tonight.
Yeah, the first run I completely burned up the tires and the thing was loose. I'm just out of shape, and I just said, "Well, screw it. I'm just going to be back here." And then I also noticed too that the fuel level that we put in here was just very, very tight. And the second run, I was able to back up the corner, just kind of not give it all the gas it needed, and I was able to save just enough gas. I had like one lap extra in the tank, and I thought that's what happened to Richie, but apparently Richie took too much gas and it slowed him down, and I didn't take any gas and didn't make it. Apparently Michael took 1 gallon, so he was in the good. But yeah, Ryan was saying he ran out, and I was like, yep, that's what that's why I kind of laid back from you, brother.
Yeah, well, it was a smart move. I know you were sitting back there kind of seeing. We were waiting to see if Richie was going to be able to catch and do anything with Michael. He wasn't able to. Then Ryan got by, and then you got by Ryan. I was thinking, well, maybe somebody could do something. But Michael, he seemed like he was on a rail. He was out there 2.5 seconds ahead of everybody.
Yeah, no, he was saying he had great tire wear, and I guess you got to be smooth around here, and it's just nothing I've mastered, and he was sandbagging, I think, a little bit too with them
Uh,
last chance qualifiers, and
I wondered,
I,
I called that. I actually said that. I was watching. I was like, you know what? He might be laying back here. I said playing coy. And Richie liked that. So,
yeah, exactly, yeah, but no, he hats off to him. He's a great driver, and yeah, he got her done tonight, and I was I don't know, maybe I kind of stole this one, but. Yeah, it was like I said, I was kind of surprised. I thought Richie was running out of gas too. That's why he backed up so quick, because I had knew that I was going to be short, probably 5 laps sooner. And no, apparently too much. Too much will give it the same effect.
absolutely. He said he wore out the right rear, wasn't able to do anything. So it is what it is. Hey, great second place finish, though. Congratulations. The floor is yours. I'm going to let you think whoever may be watching. We don't know. Fans, anybody, sponsors, whatever.
Well, the usual mom and dad, if they're out there watching, I don't know, they might still have this page linked. Richie, you guys, Brody, Michael, Ryan, all the guys that show up for this. It's a small series, but yeah, it's still kind of fun to do. The new guys, the Miller guys, and Colby. So yeah, it was a fun night, and yeah, I don't know, fun series. That's
Yeah,
about it.
I had fun.
Thanks to all.
Hope
Yeah,
you hope you had fun too. Congratulations, and we'll see you out there on the track.
sounds good. Thanks.
All right, it's your second place finisher, Tony Solari, the number 11. And we'll see if we can grab our leader. If he's not too busy celebrating, drinking the champagne, Michael Blackner, you got a copy.
Yes, I do.
Hey, congratulations, man! What a dominant run out there in the 22, man. Every time, every restart, I was thinking, oh no, oh no. But man, you handled it like a champ. Run out to a 2.5 second lead, took the win. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. It wasn't easy, especially having Richie and Ryan in my mirror and Dale a couple of times there. It was difficult.
You had a number of challengers for sure. Like I said, the multiple restarts I thought was tough. It was something you were going to have to handle every time the caution came out. It seemed like you had a big lead and it would be a race. Then you had the pit stops. You had to get that down. A lot of challenges out there, but man, you mastered it. I just tell me, kind of walk me through, kind of how the track felt out there and what you were thinking throughout the race.
Well, on lap one, more or less, it was just a matter of since originally Moreau had the pole, but because he left the track for whatever reason, I got moved down to the inside row, and I believe Dale was behind me, so he got moved up. So my focus at that point was just hold the bottom, stick to the bottom. If they want to go around, they're going to have to get that run coming out of the corner, or they're going to have to go around the outside. Just hold that bottom as much as you can, because there's nothing on the outside of that track. Everybody that was outside would just fall back.
Absolutely, yeah. It looked a little tough out there. We did see a good bit of racing behind you. Seemed like on every restart you would get a little bit of a jump. Well, not jump, but you would get out there a little ways after a couple laps, and they'd be stuck side by side, and you were able to kind of pull away from there. The outside guy was able to hang, it looked like, but he was slowly like you could stay there for 3 laps and you were slowly losing time, but it would slow the guy on the inside down. As long as you got a good restart, it seemed like you were in pretty good shape.
Yeah, I learned that right away in the heat race, sitting, I believe, fourth place starting the heat, and me and Colby just fell right back because there's nothing on the outside to work with. The low line's the only place to be. So I took that going into Econzi, and I figured, well, I'm not going to be able to do anything with Dale and Curtis being on the outside. So I figured just let them do their thing and just see where it shakes out come race time. And yeah, I gotta thank Richie for the set, because if it wasn't for him, I don't think I would have been there or even in the podium.
I got to ask you about the Constellation too. There's a little bit of speculation going on. I've heard it from a couple drivers, and I thought it myself. Was there a plan maybe in the Constellation to maybe grab that pole and maybe start out front and try to get a gap?
Yeah, there definitely was. At that point, when I seen I was stuck on the outside in the Conzi and there was just the three of us, I knew I wasn't going to be able to hang on the outside of Dale and get around him or move down because of Curtis. So I figured if I can't keep up with them, my best bet's just to drop to back, just take advantage of that, because at the time I really didn't think about that. I was thinking, well, either I'm going to get pulled out of this or I'm going to start like third place. Either way, I'm going to be on the inside line. So I
True.
was more or less focused on just trying to start on the inside.
Well, it was a good plan, and it worked out for sure, man. Like I said, I think you led every lap out there. I don't think you ever lost the lead, so you was able to get out front, stay out front, and it wasn't from a lack of. I mean, it wasn't you were holding anybody up, man. You made the most of it. You got out there and you were able to actually pull away from everybody else. So showed you had the speed in the car. You had the right strategy. You made it work. So congratulations. I'm going to give you the floor. Anybody out there you want to thank? Any sponsors? Any fans? Anybody you think might be watching?
I just want to thank my girlfriend Brianna for all what she does here at home and going to work and doing what she does there, because she she has a little bit of rough couple of health problems and whatnot, but she pushes through it. I gotta thank Sheets for all they do for me, the Sheets runs and whatnot. Ford, you guys for putting this on, and you for broadcasting this, Brody. Only real closing remarks I gotta say is thank you, Richie, for the setup and getting me out front tonight. And I gotta hit the gym. My fucking thighs hurt after doing that with the gas and brake all night tonight.
Well, again, congratulations. It was a lot of fun. It was fun to watch. It was a great race out there. I know it was probably kind of boring for you just riding around by yourself, but I'm kidding. But it was a lot of fun to watch. There's a lot of great racing out there tonight. Again, congratulations. Great win. Win number one of the series. We'll look for win number two in 2 weeks.
Thank you very much.
All right. This Michael Blackner, the winner. The number 22 Sheets Ford. Um, takes home the win tonight. And again, yeah, Sheets, he mentioned Sheets. Sheets has followed us on Facebook, kind of liking some of our posts. So shout out to those guys as well for keeping him going and I guess keeping him refueled. He said his Sheets runs make a difference. So great job there. Great job. Great win tonight for him for sure. We saw some great racing, some great racing action. Again, in 2 weeks, we'll be back in action. And we'll see where we are there in 2 weeks. Pulling it up right now. Let me look. In 2 weeks, that's right. We'll be in at Five Flag Speedway down in Florida. We'll get some Florida night racing. It's going to be a lot of fun at Five Flags. It's a great race. Snowballs in July 100 lap event in 2 weeks for the Full Throttle Late Model Tour. But for Brody Hanna, I mean, so as far as Full Throttle Sim Racing, the FTSR Late Model Tour, and Full Throttle TV, my name is Brody Hanna. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. I hope you had as much fun as I did watching some of this racing action. and we'll see you again in 2 weeks here on Full Throttle TV.